Hey everyone, this is Nick VanAcker, Science on a Sphere Coordinator at the MSU Museum, and today we're bringing you a quick video about the summer solstice. This year, the solstice falls on Saturday, June 20th. But what is a solstice? Well, in the simplest terms, the summer solstice is the longest day of the year. But it's a little bit more complicated than that. And we can learn about the solstice by looking at something called the Terminator. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with the movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Terminator is the line on the Earth that separates day and night. This line is pretty fuzzy, but as the Earth rotates, you usually pass it twice a day, every time the sun rises and every time the sun sets. Now, this makes sense, but as we move through the year, things start to get a little weird. As the seasons change, the angle of the Terminator changes too. This makes sunrise and sunset come a little bit earlier or a little bit later each day, which changes the length of day and night. When the angle of the Terminator runs straight up and down, which is perpendicular to the equator, we have an equinox, when day and night are the same length. This happens once every spring and once every fall. When the Terminator is at its furthest angle, which is 23.5 degrees, we have a solstice, which also happens twice a year, once in winter and once in summer. Of course, if you've been paying attention to the angle of the Terminator, you might notice that things aren't always equal in the northern and southern hemispheres. When the northern hemisphere has a summer solstice, the longest day of the year, the southern hemisphere has its winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. One more fact here that may blow your mind a little bit. The Terminator itself isn't actually moving. If you remember from science class, the Earth rotates on an axis, but that axis is tilted at 23.5 degrees. This tilt is what causes the seasons. When the northern hemisphere is tilted toward the sun, we have summer, and the southern hemisphere has winter. Likewise, when the southern hemisphere is tilted toward the sun, they have summer, and the northern hemisphere has winter because it's further away. So it's actually the Earth moving in and out of shadow, tilted on its axis, that causes the longest day of the year. If you're interested in learning more about the Terminator and playing with these datasets yourself, check out the Terminator datasets on the Science on a Sphere website, sos.noaa.gov/datasets, and search for Terminator. We'd like to thank Michigan State Federal Credit Union for sponsoring the Science on a Sphere exhibit, and community members like you, who can help support the museum and its programming every day by donating on our website at museum.msu.edu/giving.